Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. In today's video, I have so many empties to go through with you all. I have hair care, skincare, body care, makeup that I have used up, and I'm ready to share with you my thoughts on these products. What would I recommend is worth purchasing? What have I repurchased already? And what can you pass on? What was kind of a miss overall? If you're new here, hi, my name's Molly and this is my new YouTube channel, The Beauty of It All. I'm a Sephora employee and beauty lover, so if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love for you to do so. But without further ado, let's jump right into things today. All right, diving in with a couple of cleansing products. First up is the Drunk Elephant Cleanser. This is the, I have no idea how you say this, Slay Makeup Melting Butter Cleanser. I really enjoyed this. First of all, it's super convenient. It comes with a little spatula that just kind of pops on top. And then you get a lot of product in here too. This lasted me probably a good like 4 months. It also comes with a small jar of like an exfoliant, like a charcoal exfoliant that if you want, you can mix into it, which was really nice. But I honestly felt like this did a really good job of taking my makeup off at the end of the day. To complement that though, classic, just Bioderma micellar water. I've been using this for such a long time. I go through these really regularly. They're just awesome if you need like a quick cleanse of the skin before putting makeup on to cleanse your skin or to help take makeup off. Just really multi-purpose. You can put a little bit on a Q-tip to clean up an eye look that you're doing. Just a must-have in my opinion. So I will probably never stop buying these. And then I'm slightly embarrassed, don't hate me. This Sol de Janeiro After Hours scent, I actually really liked this. Now, I am not a fragrance person at all, but like the best way that I can describe this scent was that it just smelled a little more mature, if you will, than some of their other body mists. Now, by no means do I think that this is like high quality, high performing product. It's a good like gym mist for me, honestly, is what I would primarily use it for. I don't rely on this for a long lasting fragrance. I don't want to rely on these for a super sophisticated body mist, but they're nice in a pinch. I did actually get a second one of this that I have in my bathroom right now, but this was actually like one of their more decent scents, I will say. So I did enjoy this one. And I have an empty Mighty patch from Hero, those little pimple patches. Honestly, I feel like these I kind of struggle with because I feel like you have to hit the pimple at like the exact right time of its formation for it to actually do its job. And somehow I feel like I'm always a little off. I think these were fine. I didn't feel like they were a lifesaver by any means, but I would be curious if you guys have other recommendations for better pimple patches, or if you have tips on how to use these, I'd really love them. I think they must be effective to some degree because they are wildly popular. So I think this one might be user error, but I did finish these as well. Next up for body care empties, I have a couple of body washes. One from Necessaire. This is just the body wash. I did get the eucalyptus scent. Really enjoyed this body wash. It lathers super well. I just loved the scent. It made my shower feel like very much a spa. So I would highly recommend this one if you haven't tried it yet. And then if you want a drugstore option, I really did like this Method Body. This was just the Pure Peace scent. It's got like a lot of peony and rosewater scents. Again, really good. This is obviously a much better value. I enjoy both of these, but I think that like if I had to repurchase one, it would probably be the Necessaire just because I prefer less floral scents these days. I'm kind of moving out of that phase a little bit, so I would probably go with this one again. For a cleanser in the shower, I just use a CeraVe. This is just their foaming facial cleanser for normal to oily skin. I usually have some variation of a CeraVe cleanser in my shower. Right now, I think it's like, it might be the same one or it might be a normal to dry skin. I honestly can't remember. I mainly just use this to like make sure I get all of the excess makeup off. I'm cleansing my face with like a non-fragrance product and it just seems to do the job. But then for body exfoliants, I did have this Biossance. This was their Squalane and Enzyme Sugar Body Scrub. I liked this while I was using it until I tried something else. So right now in my shower, I've got the Youth to the People. It's like their 10% AHA body scrub. That one is far superior to this. First of all, this one is just like, I think I have maybe a tiny bit left in here. This one is just so hard to squeeze the product out. The actual scrub is okay. It dissolves really, really quickly though, so I don't actually feel like I'm getting a scrub. It just doesn't last very long. And I personally, if I'm using a body exfoliant, I like to be able to feel a difference in my skin afterwards. I enjoyed this one while I was using it, but I had never used a body exfoliant before this. And so when I switched from this one to Biossance to the Youth to the People one, I could immediately tell this was just not one that I would go back to again. But if you have really sensitive skin or just don't like a really rough body scrub, you may enjoy this one. For body lotion, I have the Fenty Skin Body Butter. This is in the scent Butter Drop. This, oh my gosh, you guys, like it smelled like a sugar cookie. This was a limited edition during the holiday of 2023. I think they might have a few sets on Sephora of like the mini body butters. But let me just take a teeny bit of what's like on the inside here. I don't know if you can tell on camera, there is a really cool shimmer to this body butter. It's so hydrating. I will say I don't think that this is great in the summertime. I've tried to use this up just to get rid of it the last few weeks, but it does lean a little more greasy than others that I've used. But in the wintertime, it's great because it just feels like extra hydrating. However, in the summertime, it is kind of nice because you do get a little bit of that shimmer, so it almost feels like a little bit of a body glow. The scent is divine. If you love like sweet cookie scents, it was so good. So I hope they bring this back. And then I have my Kiehl's Ultimate Strength Hand Salve. I've used this for so long, I can't even tell you. This is just my ultimate night cream. I've really never strayed away from this because it just works so well. It has like a slight eucalyptus scent, but it's not too fragranced. But this is like the only thing that overnight, especially in the wintertime, I have terribly dry cuticles, and this was the only thing I could find that keeps them really well hydrated throughout the night. They have minis of this if you want one for travel as well, but this is something I've been using for just a really long time. So I wholly endorse this. This is such a winner. And then lastly, for body products, the Donna Karan Cashmere Mist Deodorant Stick. Now, I know this is so arguably stupid to spend this much on a deodorant stick. I think it's like $32, something like that. Don't get me wrong, like half, maybe 3/4 of the year, I'm using my Dove or Degree like a normal mortal, but like every now and again, I definitely enjoy treating myself to this. It just is such a luxury scent. I can't turn it up anymore, so I have just like the very ends of it here. It just smells so good. Clean, but not too fragranced. And I do feel like the scent lasts pretty well throughout the day if you like that. Now, if you don't enjoy a scented deodorant, obviously this is not for you. But I do really enjoy this as a little treat for myself. It's totally unnecessary, but it does feel really nice. Couple of things for hair care. I've got three shampoo type products. I have a shampoo from Day and then also a shampoo from K18. I am obsessed with K18 products. I have also an empty of this hair mask sample. This was great because it like proved to me, okay, yes, the hair mask is worth investing in. I did purchase it, but this is such a good leave-in hair conditioner mask. I feel like I can tell a difference in the softness and the cleanliness of my hair. Loved this so much. And then I love the shampoo as well. I'm finishing off the conditioner right now actually, but this is just such a nice, it's a clean scent, but it's not too frilly or anything like that. And this is just very gentle on my hair, yet I feel like it gets all the gunk out. They actually have a clarifying shampoo now that I'm really curious to try, so I might pick that up at some point in the future. But the other shampoo I mentioned that I have is Day. I was so bummed about this. I really wanted to like this honestly because it is a bit cheaper than the K18 shampoo, but I just didn't. I felt like, now you guys know I have pretty short hair. I felt like I had to use so much of this to actually get it to lather on my scalp. It just felt like it sat there and didn't really like activate or lather is I guess what I'm trying to say it didn't do, but I liked the scent, but I didn't love the shampoo. Now, I will say what I do love from Day is the Cactus Styling Cream. This is a go-to. Obviously, I've used up this entire thing. I have another one that I've got in my hair today. This is just so multi-purpose. It is so reliable. You can use it on slick back styles. You can use it like if I curl my hair, I'll take a little bit and just run it through the curls to kind of like give them a little bit of bounce. but it doesn't get crusty in your hair, which I love. There is no, like, it's firm, but it's not that crusty, crunchy feeling that's so gross. There's so many different ways you can use this product. You can just take a little bit and like apply it on the top of your head to calm flyaways. They also just released a new like variation of this product. It's just a much smaller bottle that comes with a wand applicator. So again, like for those flyaways, you can just take the wand out. I'll put a picture of it up here and just kind of like tame those on top of your head or on the sides if you got a slick back style too. But this is such a ride or die for me. I love this. I will not stop purchasing this. So the other conditioner product I have is from Way. I don't know where the shampoo is because I know I finished this. I think I must have just thrown it away before I filmed this video. It's their thick hair conditioner. When I started using this, I really enjoyed it. Over time though, I did not. My hair just started to feel really heavy, very dense, and almost like borderline greasy. It just felt like it was really weighed down. Now, I think that's probably a little bit of user error because I didn't realize they have a fine, medium, and thick shampoo and conditioner. I wouldn't say that my hair is like that thick, so I think if I were to go with the medium conditioner and shampoo, I probably would have had a better experience because I like the scent. You know, it worked well, but I just over time, I started to notice that my hair felt very weighted. So I won't be buying the thick version again, but I might at some point pick up the medium level of intensity and try that one out to see if it's a better experience. And then lastly, just one styling product. I have an empty Kevin Murphy Do-Over. It's just a dry powder finishing hairspray. I got this from my hairstylist probably close to a year ago. Oh, I guess there's a little, nope, she gone. It was good. Like, I honestly don't know much about Kevin Murphy, the brand. If anyone does, let me know what I need to know about it. It was good. I really enjoyed the smell, and it did give my hair a nice hold without being crunchy. I don't know that it gave me a lot of volume on the top of my head, but it seemed to do the job. So this was like, okay, I don't feel the need to grab it again, but it was a good experience for what it was. Moving on to skincare, I have several cleansers here that I'll mention. Two are from La Roche-Posay. I've used now 3 of their cleansers. So these 2 are their hydrating gentle cleanser and then the brightening foam cleanser. I am not sure why I used all of this because I'm gonna be honest, it was really irritating around my eyes. I don't know if this is just like maybe not a product that you should use unless it's recommended by a dermatologist. It says it's for dull and uneven skin tone, which I picked it up during last winter because that's just kind of the skin concern that I was targeting. And it wasn't until I got about halfway through the bottle that I noticed like it was really irritating around my eyes. And for whatever reason, I was just like, whatever, I'm gonna use the rest of it. I probably should have stopped. So I won't be buying this again. I did really like this cleanser though. This is for normal to dry skin. So I switched from this one to this one in the end of winter. And it was just a good, gentle cleanser. I didn't feel like it was irritating to my skin at all. The only bummer was it really didn't do much of anything for removing excess makeup that I didn't get off with a cleansing balm or a cleanser beforehand. So you know, just make sure you have a really good cleanser if you use this, but this was fine if you have super dry or just really sensitive skin. Next, I've got the Fresh, this is their soy face cleanser. Somewhere else, I don't know where it is, but I also had used up a travel size of the Ordinary cleanser. Honestly, both terrible. Do not recommend. I don't feel like it did a single thing. It felt like expensive soap to put on my face that didn't really do anything, and it just didn't do one thing for getting makeup off. Like I was really unimpressed because I felt like this performed not even as good as this cleanser from La Roche-Posay and was like on a per ounce basis much more expensive and just not worth the money. So I would not recommend this one. And then I do also have it's just this little guy, a microdermabrasion exfoliating cream from randomly Trader Joe's. I've been using these now for probably a year. It's not something that I rely on to do a lot, but if I feel like I have like particularly flaky dead skin or just like have been, you know, in the sun a lot and I just really need to get like some stubborn sunscreen off of my face, this has been nice. I just leave this in the shower. I don't use it every day, maybe every other or maybe every 3 days, something like that, but it's just kind of a nice like to have on hand sort of thing. I don't put a lot of pressure on it to perform though, if I'm being honest, but it's a nice, like, if you need it in a pinch kind of situation. Next up are serums. So I mentioned in my skincare overview video of like top mistakes to avoid throughout a skincare routine that I used to use this vitamin C from Kiehl's, and honestly, it's a really good one. Like, if you haven't used a vitamin C before, this has 12% vitamin C, so it's not so high up there that it would be like probably over irritating for your skin, and it's just got a really nice kind of like hydrating consistency. So I did enjoy my experience with this one, but ultimately I really wanted to kind of amp up my targeting of dark spots, of hyperpigmentation. So I switched over to Paula's Choice, and I've used up 2 of these so far. I have a third one that I've got in my bathroom right now. And this is just, at this point, one of my holy grail skincare products. I love this so much. This is their 25% vitamin C and glutathione clinical serum. I'm 90% sure this is the highest concentrated vitamin C that's sold at Sephora. I also like that it's in an air pump, so it's not in a dropper where you have to worry about the vitamin C becoming unstable. It's just a great, great serum. I feel like I actually saw results from this, and I can't say that about a lot of other serums. In fact, hardly any others that I'm gonna mention today. So 10 out of 10 experience with this. I will continue to buy this. A couple that just really didn't work out for me, unfortunately, are both from The Ordinary. I just mentioned the cleanser that I really didn't enjoy. I don't know that Ordinary is a brand that I'm just naturally gravitating towards. I think if you have like pretty great skin and you're just looking to maintain, Ordinary is probably a good brand for you. Or if you have super, super sensitive skin, or even if you're just on a budget with skincare, it's a good brand. I just don't find that I see any results from the products that I use from the brand, so I will not likely be purchasing additional things from them. This first one that I used was their Soothing and Barrier Support Serum. I'll see if I can get any out here. You can see the rest that's in the dropper. It's that pink colored serum that they released last year. I had high hopes for this. I just don't feel like it did anything. And then same for, this is their multi-peptide lash and brow serum. I used this for probably like 3 months and I didn't feel like my brows looked any fuller. I think it's maybe just supposed to strengthen the root of your current brows, but I felt like it was marketed as this will grow additional brows or additional lashes, and I certainly did not find that to be true. So these were both a hard no for me. And then lastly, a couple of serums from Glow Recipe. I really did enjoy my experience most recently with their Watermelon Niacinamide Dew Drops. I haven't always thought that. So I used this a couple of years ago, didn't really think it did much, but once I stopped using my tretinoin, I did find that this really did help to brighten my skin. So at this point in my skin journey, I do enjoy this, but if you use a retinol, if you feel like brightening isn't a top concern, don't worry about this one. And then the other is their Pomegranate Peptide Firming Serum. Now with this, I have to say, I don't know if I noticed a huge difference with this, because for the majority of the time when I was using this serum, I was on my tretinoin, a retinol, and so I would only use this every other night. When I started exclusively using this, I only had maybe just the tiniest bit left of the bottle, so I cannot say that this on its own did anything. I have a serum in mind that I'm going to be purchasing that I am replacing as my like firming peptide serum, so as I continue to test that out, I will let you guys know which is maybe a better recommendation, but this was just kind of like, okay, I liked the serum, it applied well, it had a nice smell to it, but as far as like effectiveness, I saw results, I noticed a difference. I don't know that I can say that with this one. Next up, for a couple of moisturizers, just a few samples. I tried out this Dr. Dennis Gross. This is the Dewy Deep Cream with vitamin C. Really liked this one. If you just want an additional way to get more vitamin C into your skincare routine, this was really nice. It had a lovely texture to it. It wasn't too thick. It sat really well under makeup. And then I also have just the First Aid Beauty Hydrating Eye Cream, just a tiny, tiny little sample. I did actually end up buying a larger version of this, and this is just a good basic eye cream that hydrates. Like, it's not claiming to be anything more potent than that. If you have really sensitive under eyes, this would be a good one. I would definitely recommend. And it did lay well under makeup. It's not too thick, so I felt like concealer sat well on top of it, so I do enjoy this one. Next up, I have the La Roche-Posay. This is just the travel size of their Double Repair Face Moisturizer. I've been using a full size of this for a really long time now. I love this moisturizer. I think it's just a really great basic drugstore moisturizer that performs really well. Obviously, this is going to be a good brand if you have sensitive skin or if you just don't really want to drop a lot on a moisturizer, which is totally reasonable. But I've been using this and I very much enjoy it. You can mix in bronzing drops really easily with it. It lays well under makeup. It's a good moisturizer overall. The Summer Fridays, the Jet Lag Mask, I've loved these for a while. This is just a good deeply hydrating moisturizer. It's not too thick though, and I just love that it's multi-purpose. So you can use it as a moisturizer, you can use it as an eye cream, although they do now have the Jet Lag eye cream, which I haven't tried, but a lot of people have been really enjoying it. Or you could use it as a hand lotion. So I love that there's more than one use for this. When I'm traveling, I really enjoyed bringing this with me because it covered a lot of products in one. So this is one that I would definitely recommend if you haven't checked it out yet. And then lastly, the Biossance Squalane and Ectoin Overnight Rescue. I very much enjoyed this, but would only recommend it during those like deep winter months. This is a pretty thick moisturizer and it does not immediately absorb into the skin. So you have to like allow it to sink into your skin overnight. So just know that like it does a really great job of deeply hydrating if you've got that incredibly dry or just really irritated skin, but it does at first feel like it's just kind of sitting on top of your face. But like give it the night to sink in. You'll wake up feeling really refreshed in the morning, but I did really enjoy this one. And then from Biossance, I also used their Squalane and Marine Algae Eye Cream. Didn't love this one. I felt like this was just an expensive hydrating eye cream. Like I would rather just get the First Aid Beauty hydrating eye cream. It's cheaper and I feel like it did the same thing. I feel like this was really overhyped. It's gotten like Allure Best of Beauty awards, all those things, but for me, I just didn't feel like it did much than like be a nice hydrating eye cream. And for one that claims to visibly firm and smooth your eyes, that was a no for me. So not getting this one again. And then classic, just the Laneige sleep masks. Like I don't even know what I need to say about these. They're so good. I will continue to repurchase them when I travel, when I go to bed at night. This is the only thing that keeps my lips hydrated. And I just love them. And like, I always have one. So this has been something I've been using for years now and just really enjoy my experience with the brand and the products. So I'll continue to repurchase. Last but not least, I don't have a ton, but I do have a few makeup items that I've emptied as well. For brows, I've got an empty e.l.f. Instant Lift brow pencil. This was just a good basic brow pencil. Like it's not, if you can see, it's not a super fine point, but it did the job. And then I also have an empty Anastasia Beverly Hills brow freeze, the brow styling wax. This, God, I cannot tell you how long this lasted me, probably close to a year. Like you really don't need a lot of this product, but I absolutely love this. This brow wax just, it sets your brows, but it doesn't make them crunchy, and it still gives you the opportunity throughout the day to like reshape or touch up if you need to, which I like. Right now I've got on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Gel, and I will say I feel like this lasts a little bit longer and it holds them in place a bit more, but like they're definitely crunchy, which I don't mind. But if I would ever need to like touch them up or like brush through them, you know, if there's a clump of anything, you don't have that flexibility with the Brow Freeze Gel. You do with the Brow Freeze Wax. So I liked that versatility. For mascaras, I randomly had a little Chanel mascara sample. This is the Le Volume de Chanel 10 Noir in black. Really liked this mascara. I did not have super high expectations because the brush looks a little odd to me, but this was a really nice mascara. I felt like I could tell it did a good job of separating them. It wasn't particularly lengthening or volumizing, but it did do a good job of like fanning out my lashes, which I like. The other mini that I have, I received this at work from Rare Beauty. I did not like this one, unfortunately. I noticed that it would very easily transfer to my eyelids. It's a really wet mascara, and it was a no for me because of like some smudging and transferring. So I won't be buying that one, but I was glad to try it out in a little mini beforehand. And then two classics that I love dearly, the YSL Lash Clash. I much prefer the black shade of this to the brown that I currently have. The brown is more of a warm, like almost red brown, but the black is like the most jet black mascara, and it just never transfers, it never flakes, it never smudges, but I will say, like, it does make your lashes heavy. So if you have really sparse eyelashes, if you have really just like fine eyelashes, it might weigh them down. If you've got, like, I'm just really lucky that I have naturally good lashes, so for me it works well. But the other one is Tower 28. This is the black mascara. I pretty exclusively will probably just get the brown one going forward because I love that so much, but this is the black. Just a really good, like, everyday mascara. I don't know how else to say it. It's just dependable and reliable, and it does a nice job of curling and also lengthening. I think that's maybe primarily because of the brush, but if you want that like curl and separation, you would turn it this way. If you want more of that volume, you could flip it over to really make sure you get at the base of the lash to push them up. But those are really good too. And then just a couple of empty setting sprays, actually, just some travel sizes of the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is a good, like, basic everyday setting spray. Up until a few months ago, I hadn't used this one. And I feel like it does a good job for just kind of your everyday normal setting spray. I don't necessarily feel like this held my makeup for a particularly long time. Like, if I had to compare it to the Charlotte Tilbury, I feel like Charlotte holds for a little longer. I get a bit more longevity out of that one. Definitely doesn't hold as long as the One Size setting spray. I mean, that stuff is like, you know, hairspray on your face, but you don't necessarily need to use that every single day. So for your everyday, this is a good one, absolutely. But that is all I have for you guys today. That was a lot of products, kind of a rapid speed review of each. So I hope that was helpful. I would be curious if you guys have had similar experiences with these, or if you felt like complete opposite, you know, encounters with these products. So let me know in the comments. But as always, my name is Molly, and thank you guys so much for tuning in to chat about the beauty of it all. We'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.